Well, Congressman Pat Fallon is now calling for a House oversight hearing on the border crisis.
The deaths in the United States due to synthetic opioids, it's a little over 45,000 deaths. So I would beg, beseech, plead, and on my knees request that the chair hold a hearing on the crisis at the border.
Well, they don't want to hold a hearing, I'm sure. With us now is Republican Congressman of Texas, Pat Fallon. Pat, welcome to the program.
Grant Stinchfield, you're a great American and you have an awesome show.
Well, buddy,
it's
this is why I invite you on.
man.
We could go on and on for compliments like this. Hey, I got a question for you. Any response from the chair of that committee?
No, none whatsoever. We had our second committee hearing in 6 months on the Sacklers and the opioid crisis from the corporate angle. But what we aren't talking about, Grant, is the border crisis. The Biden border crisis is worse. It's worse today than it was when we were talking about it, and some of the media was talking about it 2 months ago. It has exploded. It's so bad now, in context for your viewers. In April of 2020, under President Trump, in April of last year, there were 17,000 illegal border crossings. This month of April in 2021, it was 178,000. That's a 1,000% increase. This is a disaster. It's a catastrophe, and it must be addressed immediately.
You know, you and I have talked about this. The Biden administration has no will right now to stop it, but it could be stopped tomorrow if they wanted to.
Yeah, there's no will, but we have the means to do so. President Trump did that when he had the migrant protection protocols. In other words, the wait in Mexico policy. He was deporting bad actors. He was building a wall, and he was saying, if you come here, you're not going to get welfare easily. And now what we're seeing is Biden has reversed it, and they're lying to us. Mayorkas testified in front of the Homeland Security Committee in the House and said that the border is secure 2 months ago. That was a lie. Then Kamala Harris is down in Central America and Mexico, and she says that if you come and you cross illegally, we're going to send you back. She's lying. When people come across right now, Grant, they're sending them anywhere they want to go in the country where they claim that they have relatives. And what no one's talking about is the drug cartels. They are fostering this crisis because then when half of our Border Patrol is busy babysitting young children that are unaccompanied, literally it's half of them are taking care of the kids and the migrants, then it makes it a lot easier to smuggle drugs, doesn't it?
Yeah, Congressman, I was so happy you brought up the opioid crisis. I reported on this yesterday about how serious the fentanyl crisis is, that it's really China sending fentanyl into the United States, and they're doing it through our southern border as well. I believe China is profiting with the cartels against America, and yet Joe Biden doesn't want to stop the drugs. He doesn't want to stop the immigration. How concerned are you with the opioid crisis right now and the sieve that our southern border is? Real quick, if you can, last word.
Yes, we got a briefing when we were at the border from DEA, and it was an extensive briefing. And the smuggling of cocaine and methamphetamine and fentanyl has exploded. Heroin has gone down because of fentanyl. Fentanyl is easier to transport. It's 50 times more powerful than morphine. 50 times more powerful than heroin and 100 times more powerful than morphine. And it's higher profit margin, but it's also extraordinarily deadly. And if they want to talk about the opioid crisis, how in the world can we not talk about what's crossing the border? Mexico and the Mexican drug cartels are in cahoots with the Chinese communist government, and they're smuggling this poison into our country. It has to stop. And I want to thank you sincerely for having me on.
Well, absolutely, Congressman. And you know, the sole goal of China, I believe, is to kill off Americans with this fentanyl coming into the country, and we ought to be more aware of it. I know you are. God bless your work in Washington. Thank you. As always, Congressman Pat Fallon, great to see you.
Grant, God bless you. You're a great American.
All right. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. All right. I mean, how humbling is that? Talk about a great American. He's one.